We already started with tfsec. But what if we want to build something what is not in default checks? In this video, we will learn how to use tfsec power to create custom checks to check whatever we want. So stay tuned and enjoy the video. This time we are again in the console. So if you remember, we have this example here with our Terraform template. We already did a lot of work in the last video to fix the issues in our template. So now when I run my tfsec, everything should be fine. Yes, so we don't have any issue right now. But what we checked really here, we did a lot of checks, yes, but we didn't check one thing, which may be very important for us. So let's go to our code example again and check this part, right? So the naming convention which we should apply in our organization also should expect from us to have tagging convention, because every single resource should be tagged for many reasons. I don't want to explain those reasons here. I can do it in another video, and probably I will do it. I'm sure I will do it probably in my videocast, but now we need to know that what we want to achieve here is to ensure that tags and proper tags, so not only just the tag as a name, but also the value of the tag is provided as it should be, as it is expected by organization, let's say, okay? So in order to do that, we need to build the custom rule, because by default, tfsec doesn't provide any rule to check not only if you have tags, but also, well, it's obvious right now that you cannot check what is the value of the tag, okay? So what we will create now is the custom check. We will create it as a file, because we do it as a file. We do this as a default file taken by tfsec and executed in normal run. So we will not be enforced to use any additional parameters or to the command or something like that. It will be just like this. So what we need really, we need to create a file. But before we create the file, we need to create a directory. So I will create this directory. It will be .tfsec, okay? And in this directory, I need to create the file called _tfchecks YAML. And right now you can understand that we will create this file using YAML. We always say, or maybe not always, but sometimes we say that DevOps are YAML developers, and yeah, that's the proof for this. All right, so let's create the file right now. And what I will do is use some copy paste, use some typing, just to not make this video too long, but to go with you together through all elements which we need. So we have this file, we need to start our sections. We start with checks, and in this section we start our first check, and there will be only one. In this example we don't need any more. So what we need the code. This is the identifier of the check we want to have, and let's make it like my AWS 001. This will be the name of our, or ID of our custom check, okay? Then we need to have the description, and let me just copy this description from my notes, because we don't want to spend too much time. This will be shown when we run the tfsec and we find this error there. So we have description, we have impact. This is also the information about the impact, not the severity or something like that, which we can define as well. We will do it, but this is just the information. What is the impact of this misconfiguration? What is the resolution? Okay, let's do it this way. So how to resolve the problem, and here we say that we need to add the environment tag, but also with the specific values. Okay, this is what we will check. We will check if this tag exists, and if yes, if this tag contains one of those three values. So here we have this part. Right now we are going to configure the check where and when it should be applied to the code and when the code should be checked. So what we need the parameter called required types, and here we talk about resource. Okay, we want to check S3 in our case, but generally for this type of checks we want to check the resource. We need to say what kind of resources will be checked. So we need to provide the required labels, and here we will say AWS S3 bucket. Of course, we could say a little bit more than just this. We can say, for example, here EC2 or AWS EC2 instance, right? But we need only this bucket for our case here. So this is the resource type in Terraform, which will be checked by this custom check. What is the severity of our check? If we find this error, this specific severity, in this case high severity, will be applied to our check. And now we have a section where we need to say to this check what kind of action must be done against the code in order to check if these tags are provided or not. So what we need match spec, and in other words, we want to ensure that this specification we add here will be let's say compliant with what is in our code. So match spec, we start with name, and what we are looking for, we are looking for tags. What action we need contains. So we want to check if tag contains some specific name tag, right? And here we need to say what is the value, and value is environment. And what is interesting now, we have this part, but we also need this one. Okay, so what we need to do, this will be also the block of our check, and here for this like sub check we need to do another action. This action will be isAny. So we will take the values, and if any of these values will be in the tag value, the check is like completed successfully, right? So we have action isAny, and the values which we will check are dev, QA, oh no, not that way, QA, right? And prod. All right, so we have our value and match spec. Right now what we need to add is what will be the error message. So when this error occurred, what tfsec will show us. So we need to add error message, and let's say it will be something like that. Simple. And the final element which we can add, we can not use it, but we can add it, and we should add it really, is where to find the explanation what this error means and how to fix it with examples and so on, like in the example I showed you last time where we checked the tfsec web page for the some helping hand, right? So we have the block called related links, of course, and here I will just copy it. We have 2 links really to show, something like that. Of course, one of those links doesn't exist, but it doesn't matter really right now. Okay, so we have it. And now, before we go with the tfsec run and check if we completed our code properly, we can also check if the code, this custom check we provided, is like properly created. For this, we need to use the tool called tfsec-checkgen. So tfsec-checkgen. So let's install it right now to our system, and we will copy similar steps like we did before. So I am here in TMP. Let's clear the screen, and as you can see, I am in TMP. So let's just do wget the binary from GitHub. Okay, we have it. We need to do similar steps like we did before. So I will just change the name right now of this tool to tfsec-checkgen to make things simpler. I will add the execution rights to the tool, of course. I will install this tool into USR bin like last time, and now I can remove this from our space here, right? So we are clear here. We can go to back to our example, and now what we can do is to validate our template, which still is located in .tfsec directory, right? And we can check if we wrote this check properly. So how to do it? Very simple. We write tfsec-checkgen validate, and we provide the location of our custom check. And as you can see right now, the config is valid, so it means that we created this check in the proper way. Of course, when we look to this file, you can easily see that we can create another block and another block and another block with new IDs and build this one file with multiple checks. So let's do our check right now. We do not have any problems, but as you can see, we have like one more checks which passed here, right? So we have more than we had. And let's do the experiment. We will change something in our code here. So it will be not dev, but for example, development. So this tag, value of this tag is not compliant with our naming and tagging convention, okay? And let's see what tfsec will tell us right now. And we have a problem, okay? And when we go here, we can see hi, that custom check failed for resource example, bucket example, required tag environment is missing, or the value. This is how I describe it, so it's not what tfsec really provides, but what I provided in my example, right? Where you can find this error, what is the ID, and as you can see, tfsec for some reason added custom-custom, because my ID was my AWS 001, so tfsec added this custom really. We have the impact, we have the resolution, and we have the information where to find more information. So let's fix this. For the sake of having this completed, let's run tfsec again. Yep, we cleared the problem, and this is the way how we can create the custom checks. We learned in this video how to create custom check to tfsec. In the next one, we will create another custom check, but this time we will not use this sequence or the syntax provided by tfsec, but we will use something better even, okay? It will be OPA policy, so we will write the open policy agent rule using Rego. Some people like Rego, some doesn't. I have like mixed feelings, but Rego is and OPA is so powerful. So you will see what more we can do with OPA. So watch the next episode. My name is Paweł Piwosz, and this video was about tfsec custom rules, and you were watching DevOps in Agile way.